Track champion. In the 8, it's Dylan McCowan.
Brandon Overton, only his second time here ever at Wheatland, Missouri. He's a third in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. Spencer Hughes has had some good runs lately. Can he put the PCC Motorsports into a career best win here tonight?
We move back to row 5 on the inside. The driver out of Oxford, Iowa, second in the Lucas Oil MLR8 point standings. That is Chris Simpson on his outside. Driver third in the Lucas Oil MLR8 point standings. 13th in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series standings. Out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, the 58 is Garrett Alberson.
Twice in the last year, Tyler Bruning denied a 50K win. First major Touring Series victory. He lost it out at Mississippi Thunder at the end. Knoxville last September. Can he get it done here tonight? He was third here on Thursday night. And Earl Pearson Jr., 4-time series champion, 40 career wins. He's won the World 100. Probably the best World 100 ever in 2006. He's won the Dirt Track World Championship. Can he get that first Show Me 100 here tonight in front of his Mr. Lucas?
That's right. We move back to row number 7. Yes, Chad Simpson out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. And then Max Blair on the 111 out of Centerville, Pennsylvania.
Tyler Erb, defending champion Chris Ferguson alongside his Team Zero Bloomquist car. Mason Ziegler, Ricky Weiss.
Row number 10, Dalton Wilson out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. Row 11 is Kylan Garner from Diamond, Missouri. And Justin Duty out of Milano, Oregon in the 15.
Row 12, Daniel Hilzebeck and Peyton Looney, the 2020 champion of this race. Ross Robinson, Boom Briggs. Tyler Stevens, again, he'll be in the 93 of Mason Oberkramer after issues in his car. And then Jeff Herzog, Trevor Gundaker, Dustin Hodges, and, again, Larry Ferris gets the call. He is the defending track champion here at Lucas Oil Speedway in 51 out of Nevada, Missouri.
And, again, in all, 31 drivers starting this 31st Show Me 100 with a $50,000 payday on the line. And man, that is so cool to see Old Glory flying out the driver's side window of each and every one of these race cars on this Memorial Day weekend. Jonathan Davenport there in the 49, James on the pole. You'd mentioned looking for a clean sweep of the weekend. He won the Cowboy Classic here at Lucas Oil Speedway on Thursday. He won the tribute to Don and Billy Gibson here on Friday. Now, here tonight, he's trying to go 3 for 3. Here this weekend, it'll be his 4th win of the season at Lucas Oil Speedway if he's able to find victory lane.
What's going through the 19-year-old Dylan McCowan? Got this, drove a late model. His grandfather wanted to see him in a late model. His grandfather, unfortunately, passed away back in September. Jesse Stovall's been helping him, Ben. And to go to Vado, and now you're against the best of the best in dirt late model racing, starting 6th in the Show Me 100, Ben Shelton.
Well, he's been so inspired this weekend. Tim Douglas turning wrenches. They're talking about coming to the Dream in 2 weeks. That is how much confidence that team's got right now.
Wow, how about that?
That's awesome, and he's so excited. And you know, like I said the other night when he started on the pole, you're going against 2 veterans in Bruning and Davenport with full-grown beards, and this guy's got peach fuzz, this Dylan McCowan. And I tell you, I'm impressed. At the Show Me State, so many great drivers. Of course, Larry Phillips, probably one of the best ever. Over 1,000 wins in dirt and asphalt. Terry Phillips winning here in 99.
Yep.
Jesse Stovall, Will Vaught on a sabbatical right now with the kids' sports. But the Show Me State has showed out this weekend. They have all come. A lot of them have come here this weekend to try to make the show, and several of them did.
Well, there's only 2 drivers from the Show Me State that have won this race previously. Yeah. You touched on Terry Phillips, and, of course, we mentioned Peyton Looney, who got that win back in 2020. Is this the year that a driver from the Show Me State gets it into victory lane? Well, we'll see or gets back into victory lane. You mentioned Dylan McCowan up there. Also Peyton Looney in this race, Jeff Herzog, Kylan Garner, Trevor Gundaker, and some others.
You remember the Dirt Track World Championship last year? The youngest driver ever to win that, Garrett Smith? Dylan McCowan could be the youngest driver to win the Show Me 100. Mason Ziegler, Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, a salute to you, the greatest fans of auto racing, dirt late model fans. The 31st Show Me 100. Everybody up on your feet. Give them a big round of applause. Awesome. On this Memorial Day weekend. All right, back straight away. Everybody up on your feet over there. Here they come at you. 4 wide, 31 cars starting here tonight for $50,000. Whoa. If this doesn't send chills down your spine, I don't know what else will. What a sight. What a purse. What a crowd. Brandon Ford Pace Truck and the Lucas Oil MLRA, MAV TV. Man. Your first time here in 14 years?
Yes.
Don't make it another 14, my friend. We need to be back. You need to be back.
I'll be back next year.
You will be back next year. This kicks off the...
Next year. Can we talk about next year? Is it okay?
Can we go? Yes, we can. We do have the approval.
Okay.
A different
Next
type
year.
of format, Thursday and Friday next year.
So Thursday and Friday next year, we'll have double features.
5,000
2 features on Thursday,
Right.
2 features on Friday, and then the traditional Show Me 100. Say you're going to get double your money's worth here next year. Dual features on Thursday, dual features on Friday next year here at Lucas Oil Speedway for the 32nd running of the Show Me 100. Man, that's awesome.
That is great.
And once again, the drivers will earn points next year, just as they did this year, to see who locks in to this crown jewel event.
And again, heading into this race, again, we have the Sunoco Race Fuels Road to Wheatland right now. That's 25 winning the top point man's coming out. The top 15, we have 16 drivers with perfect attendance. I'm choked up on the smoke. They opened the door back up here.
It wasn't someone's broken rear end.
No, it wasn't Mason Ziegler. Man, he had a good run going last night. Ziggy and Cody Mallory been helping him this week. Brian Liverman and such on the crew. But we'll see what happens here tonight. Jonathan Davenport, what a year. A great 2015. Jack Boggs in 95. That was the best year, I think, of anyone up until 2015 when JD did it. And then, you have Shepard the last 3 or 4 years. You had Brandon Overton, who nearly won $1 million a couple years ago. JD. But, I mean, we have several drivers already. We've already Thornton over 100,000, and we're not even through Memorial Day weekend. We may have 3 or 4 after this weekend over $100,000 in earnings and bonuses.
Yeah, and not to mention the end of season awards as well for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Of course, it's all going to come to a pinnacle at the Dirt Track World Championship this year at Eldora Speedway, where one driver is going to have an opportunity to walk out with over $300,000.
Incredible. Arizona Sports Shirts, again, Gerald Newton, Carl Korbacher. Let's see Jimmy Owens down here.
It's pulled down to the inside of the racetrack here on the front straightaway. I
think they're checking the transponder.
Yeah, they were checking the transponder. Looked like Jeremy Shields checking the transponder on the 20 of Jimmy Owens.
Thank goodness it wasn't on the motor plate. It's on the left front frame rail. As Jimmy Owens, boy, he is just, how many, he's won 4, Show Me 100, how many, 3 Diamond Nationals?
3 Diamond Nationals, yes. And he, too, is searching for his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win. He's won a Lucas Oil race in 16 straight seasons.
Incredible.
Yeah, looking for that first one this year to extend that streak to 17 straight years, the longest such streak in all of dirt late model racing in terms of the National Touring Series.
How about Ricky Thornton Jr.? Pretty good, isn't he?
He's not bad. A young man that has truly worked his way up through the ranks. Grew up there in Chandler, Arizona, just outside Phoenix, racing stock cars basically, and then moved to Adel, Iowa for a while so he could run IMCA basically every night of the summer, Monday through Sunday, and then start all over again, running an IMCA stock car, an IMCA modified. He even drove Todd Cooney's IMCA late model to a win at the Boone Super Nationals one year. Had a couple different rides in late model racing with J.R. Haley, and then got this ride with SSI Motorsports, and it's just really and truly found a home there, man, and he has become one of the superstars now in our sport.
Rick and Tanya's boy.
Got
to be so proud, don't they? Both of them raced, Rick and Tanya.
Yes.
His mom and dad both have raced. Well, right now he's got a shot here. Let's see what happens. This thing, who knows? It has been, this could be one of the, we always want to see a race of the year. I'm not going to say we're going to have it. We don't know. But I tell you what, last year, the last couple years, it has been fantastic. And Jonathan Davenport trying to sweep the weekend. It has not been, his win the other night was his first since he won here April the 1st. It was his first Lucas Oil win.
Has anybody ever swept the weekend here, to your knowledge?
We haven't done the.
I don't know yet. We haven't been. Doug Neff is saying no. Of course, but yeah, it's been a long time since we've actually had 3 straight nights of racing.
I think Billy
here.
Moyer's the only one to sweep Knoxville for 3 nights, and we'll be there coming up in September. But I mean, this kicks off the Crown Jewel weekend. I mean, every weekend from here on out, basically through the end of the year, big money on the line. And boy, since our 84-day sabbatical, no racing in March and April with the weather, we have gone every weekend in the month of May as we head into June. Don't forget the Flow Racing Night in America race coming up here on Flow Racing Wednesday night from Florence Speedway. Then we will be at West Virginia Motor Speedway, Mineral Wells, West Virginia. $10,000 to win on Friday, $50,000 to win on Saturday. You and I on the call.
The Monster 5/8 mile with the terraced hillside. Love it, man.
Cody Watson. Come out and support him. Everybody in the Mid-Ohio Valley area,
yes,
come on out. And the hillside's going to be full. So.
Yes, it is. Well, it's one of the most scenic tracks in the entire country, I think. That terraced hillside, the rolling hills, mountains in the background, just.
Need to get Shaver and Balzano to sign
Steve Shaver, he sent me a couple messages this weekend. He's going to be there watching. Yes, not racing. He's going to be there watching. He did. He sent me a message a couple days ago and actually told me, he said, DJ, I miss running at Lucas Oil Speedway. Really, really like this place. There's a look at the 4-time Show Me 100 champion we talked about earlier, Jimmy Owens, and that Reese Monument, Kohler Motorsports Boom Test Well Service, sponsored number 20, looking for a record 5th win in this marquee event.
Scott Bloomquist has won the most all-time at 6. Owens with 4, Billy Moyer and Wendell Wallace with 3, Ray Cook and Freddie Smith with 2. Those are the only drivers that have won more than 1. Well, Jonathan Davenport, he said it the other night, he's had this race circled since it came out on the schedule because of what happened here last year, running in second to Chris Ferguson. Got hot into turn 3, got in the side of a lap car, knocked him out of contention for the win. That's about the only thing he didn't win a year ago, Dustin, on that record-setting season. There's Brandon Overton. Hard to believe only the second time he has ever raced here at Wheatland. Spencer Hughes trying to pull off the biggest win of his career in the 11 car. Tim McCready, again, never won the Show Me, nor has he have a Lucas Oil win this year.
Well, this is the 31st annual Show Me 100 here at Lucas Oil Speedway in Wheatland, Missouri. As they've gone through track prep, we've gone through driver introductions, and now the cars are on the racetrack, James. They're doing a kind of a quasi-hot lap session, warm-up session, getting this racetrack rolled in for 100 laps and a record $50,000 payday on the line. Jonathan Davenport on the pole, Ricky Thornton Jr. on the outside. Davenport won this race back in 2015. RTJ has never won the Show Me 100 before. He's passed more drivers than anybody in the 2 previous nights here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He doesn't have to pass all those drivers tonight. He's going to start on the outside of row number 1.
29 cars.
It's unbelievable.
He has passed the last 2 nights. From 10th to 2nd on Thursday, from 24th to 3rd last night. And if that had been a 45-lapper, and we were close there, another lap, they might have come around 3 wide. It was only 0.4 of a second between 1st and 3rd here last night. Are you ready, my friend?
Oh, man, I've been ready since I started this trip of mine about 3 weeks ago. I've been looking forward to this one all year. It's so great to be back at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. The facility is gorgeous. The only thing better than the facility and the racing are the people. The entire staff here just absolutely welcomed us with open arms, from a stay at one of the Lucas Cattle Company ranches to Danny Lorton, the staff right here on site. Man, this has really and truly been like a homecoming for me.
Glad to have you back, my friend. Ben Shelton, of course, this is where he started his career in 1993 West Plains. For Don and Billy Gibson, so much respect. All of us have respect for those folks, and without them, we would not have the Show Me 100. I'm not sure who's up on the flag. Mike Striegel there, standing there, is usually up on the flag stand. We're going to have a fan do it here tonight.
That's what it looks like. It's like a Jimmy Owens fan.
We did the young man last night. Was 8 years old, did a heck of a job.
It was Braxton Franklin last night as the yellow lights have been turned off. A 31-car starting field is about to go green. They will fire at the Racing for Heroes starting zone in turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is your Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder. Jonathan Davenport gets the early home shot in this one, James. Ricky Thornton Jr. second, Tim McCready third. Side by side. They were side by side for the fourth spot. That's the battle on your screen. Devin Moran in 99. Jimmy Owens in the 20.
Jonathan Davenport now, 87 consecutive laps led here this week. As he heads into turn number 3, Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in second. Tim McCready is third. Devin Moran. It's not going to take them long. They're about a half a track away from catching the tail end of the field with 31 starters. We did have one car leave the track. I believe that was at Boom.
It was not. I believe it was the 93, the Mason Overkramer backup car that was being piloted by Tyler Stevens, who hurt his car in a B main a little earlier. So he's exited the racetrack. He planned on making one lap and pulling in. That's what he did. We stay green. 4 laps now in the books. Jonathan Davenport has already stretched out to a 2.1 second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, Devin Moran, and Jimmy Owens. On your screen right now is the battle for 7th.
Again, if we do have a caution at any point, it's a Delaware double file restart till 10 or less laps to go. We have a caution or red flag. With all those cars that are lapped down will go to the tails. You see the battle there between Simpson and Hughes.
And the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, it's worth noting, is outside the racetrack here, located just off of the racetrack where the cars actually enter the speedway off of turn number 2.
Right now, Jonathan Davenport maintains the lead. He has led every lap this week so far. He's going to pick up the tail end of the field right now as they are coming out of turn 2. Davenport right now exits turn 2. We've got a battle for third back here between McCready and Owens. Creeping ever so close, Spencer Hughes right there as they roll down the back straightaway. And the Clements-powered Longhorn for Lance and Darla Landers. Double L Motorsports out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway.
Justin Duty will be the first driver to go one lap down as you see Davenport trying to work around the high side of the Don Frank floors, number 15, and he does so. He's able to work by him, and 9 laps into this race, Jonathan Davenport holding steady at a 2-second advantage over Ricky Thornton Jr., Tim McCready, and Jimmy Owens.
Yeah, the main goal is to stay on that lead lap here early on with this many cars, still 30 of the 31 starters remaining. As Jonathan Davenport works out of turn number 2, you see the battle back here between Tim McCready and Jimmy Owens. They have combined for 6 Lucas Oil Championships. That's the battle for 3rd and 4th. Moran 5th, Hughes 6th, Overton 7th, Simpson is 8th, Chris Simpson, McCowan 9th, and Garrett Alberson runs 10th.
Good battle right there for that 3rd spot as you saw Jimmy Owens peek a nose down to the inside of Tim McCready trying to take that spot away. Wasn't able to do so. He'll tuck back in line. McCready right now holds on to 3rd. Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field the last couple laps, your race leader, Jonathan Davenport's been kind of stuck there in lap traffic. You see Ricky Thornton Jr. able to close in that margin of lead for Jonathan Davenport now down to 1.2 seconds.
Out of turn number 4, down the main straightaway, Boom Briggs, Daniel Hilzebeck, the Earl of Iowa driver, MLR regular. And there's RTJ Hilzebeck out of shape in 2, right in front of your leader. And here comes Ricky Thornton Jr. down the back straightaway. We're going to have a 2-car battle for the lead here, shaping up soon as we come out of turn 4. 14 laps scored here tonight.
It was down to 9/10 of a second that last time by after being up over 2. RTJ is able to cut another 10th off of it. Let's not lose sight of this good battle for 3rd as well as Jimmy Owens has got his feet under him. He's able to stick a nose underneath Tim McCready in the battle for position number 3. McCready holding steady on the bottom of the racetrack. Just behind them, you saw Spencer Hughes in the PCC Motorsports number 11. He's up to 5th.
And he was the fastest car on the track. And now Spencer Hughes down the back straightaway. Spencer Hughes showing some strength in that PCC Motorsports car as he's going to battle right here with Owens and McCready down the main straightaway. 16 laps scored. The lead is 1.4 seconds for Davenport as they have the lap car of Boone Briggs between himself and Ricky Thornton Jr. The nice race here.
Best battle on the track indeed, James. This 3-car battle for the 3rd spot between the 39 of McCready, the 20 of Owens, and the 11 of Spencer Hughes. Hughes running a slightly different line. He's running the high side all the way around this racetrack. He's able to get a good run right there off turn number 2. Can't quite work by Jimmy Owens. He'll try once again in turns 3 and 4.
Here comes Spence. Ryder Cantillo, the crew chief on at 11. He's got a good hot rod. Caution free so far, 18 in the books. It's Davenport, Thornton, McCready, Owens, and Hughes. You're seeing the battle here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Devin Moran remains 6th. Overton, Dylan McCowan 8th. Garrett Alberson, Chris Simpson now in 10th. And Max Blair is up to 11th from 14.
Meanwhile, back up in the front. Oh, and we have our first Gorsuch performance caution of the night as Chris Simpson has slowed to a stop at the top of the racetrack in turn number 4. 19 laps in the books here in the 31st Show Me 100. Flag is going to wave this time by. They'll fire at the Racing for Heroes restart zone in turns 3 and 4. 19 laps are complete. 81 laps to go in the 31st Show Me 100.
Back underway, Thornton, McCready. They'll go down the main straightaway into turn 1. Davenport will lead them. Thornton fires to the outside. Oh, Jimmy Owens trying to hang on. Here comes Moran. And Spencer Hughes has climbed to 4th in car number 11.
Spence on the move in the 11 at PCC Motorsports entry. But Jimmy Owens gets a run on the outside. J.O. now going to take the 4th spot away from Spencer Hughes, at least momentarily. Could the driver of the Kohler Motorsports number 20 grab his 5th Show Me 100 win here tonight?
That would be a 7 straight top 10 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series points. Don't count him out of the final 4. Into turn 1. Owens working that top. Hughes down low. Davenport still leads. 21 laps scored. As we head into turn 3, Thornton still second. McCready, Jimmy Owens trying to make that top work. Hughes behind him. Then it's McCowan, Moran, Alberson, Overton, Chad Simpson is 10th. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out.
It's Boom Briggs in the 99B as he had slowed to almost a
9th. Overton, 10th is Chad Simpson. Now this time, look at this. Overton, or excuse me, Thornton's going to pick the bottom on McCready.
Interesting move. We'll see how it plays out as they get to the Racing for Heroes restart zone, and we're back underway. 21 laps scored, 79 remaining.
With a 20, oh, not a good restart for McCready. Drifts up into turn number 2 and lose the spot. Here comes Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. Here comes Spencer Hughes, and we got a spinner in turn number 2, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution back out again. And it's the 51 of the defending track champion, Larry Ferris.
3rd caution flag of the race as Larry Ferris has spun to a stop over in turns 1 and 2 here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100.
Now Thornton, he's going to pick the bottom again on McCready. Boy, these restarts have been something else. Keep an eye on the 20 and the 11. McCready, a break for him. He had lost a spot or 2 on the restart. This time down the straightaway, Davenport will lead him into turn 1 at the Racing for Heroes restart zone.
That outside a little slippery down in 1 and 2, but when you hit it right, man, you're able to get some traction as well. As you saw how big of a gap Davenport was immediately able to put on him. And Tim McCready, that caution, a blessing in disguise for him because he had fallen back to 4th or 5th. Now on this restart, he jumped up to 2nd.
Here comes Spencer Hughes down the back straightaway. A run on the outside of Jimmy Owens. Boy, that battle second on back is good. Moran is in there. McCowan, Overton, Alberson. Max Blair up to 10th. In car 111.
Max Blair running good in the 1-1-1. Here comes Spencer Hughes in the 1-1, trying to get a run on the outside. 3-car battle for the 2nd spot. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jimmy Owens, and Hughes.
Davenport still out in front. McCready trying to catch him. What a 3-car battle there. Look at this. Thornton, Owens, and Spencer Hughes. Can Hughes make the top work out of turn number 2? The momentum down the back straightaway. And Thornton will cut right in front of him going into turn number 3. Here comes Owens. Fires back on the bottom. Here comes Moran. Here comes Garrett Alberson. But it's still all Jonathan Davenport right now. And the advantage 1.66 seconds over Tim McCready.
Tough break for Dustin Hodges. We just talked about him. He was the hard charger of the race at that last caution. He is pulled into the infield. His night is done. And I stand corrected this. I mentioned earlier this was the battle for 2nd, actually the battle for 3rd. Behind your 2nd place car, Tim McCready. These drivers do battle, and Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to shake himself free from Spencer Hughes and Jimmy Owens.
Now Ricky Thornton Jr. gets back to the top. You see Jimmy Owens now. He'll go behind the 11 of Hughes. Again, it's Devin Moran in 6th, Garrett Alberson 7, Dylan McCowan in 8th, Brandon over to 9th. Hudson O'Neill has climbed the 10th. O'Neill from 20th to 10th. Now he's a candidate for the Todd Steel Building's hard charge of the race for the 2021 winner.
Hudson O'Neill in the Rocket 1 there. James this time by 28 laps are complete in the Show Me 100. Jonathan Davenport, your race leader. And now behind him, a battle for the 2nd spot. Tim McCready has held that spot the last couple laps. Ricky Thornton Jr., Spencer Hughes, and Jimmy Owens are all right there in the battle for second.
That is a highly entertaining battle. We'll have 30 laps in the books. It's still Davenport. Heavy traffic into turn one. Battle for second. McCready, Thornton, Hughes, Owens going at it. And now is their chance. If this thing stays green, Davenport bogged down in traffic into turn three. And here comes the rest of the field.
Yeah, they're going to close in on him here considerably in just a matter of laps. Man, that's a great battle back there for second. Spencer, I'm not convinced yet Spencer Hughes maybe doesn't have the best car on the racetrack right now. He's just got to try to find a way around two other very good cars in Tim McCready and Ricky Thornton Jr.
Right now, the Lance and Darla Landers Double L Motorsports on the double box as they go down the straightaway. Now Hughes and McCready. Spencer Hughes in third. In front of him, the second place car, Ricky Thornton Jr. 1.2 seconds the advantage. 32 laps down. Still 18 shy of the halfway. It's been sporty for second. Davenport has led every lap, but he has heavy traffic to deal with.
Indeed he does, and that lead now down to less than a second. Hughes trying to work his way by the 46 of Earl Pearson Jr. And now he's caught Ricky Thornton Jr. in a battle for the second spot.
And they are closing. Here they come. They're on the same straightaway into turn one. Davenport load out at turn number two. Here comes Thornton. No lap cars between first and second. Here comes Hughes. Here comes Jimmy Owens. McCready is back to fifth. Devin Moran still sixth. Oh, man, it's going to get busy up front. Spencer Hughes slides up the truck. He'll clear the lap car of Boone Briggs. And now the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is out, and it's in turn two for Ross Robinson, who's turned around over there. Man, it was a dandy right there with 35. I think we'll go back to 34. Yes, it's the leader plus 3, Dustin, in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series.
That it is, James.
How about that race for second, my friend?
And what a battle it is. 34 laps in the books here in the 31st running of the Show Me 100 at Lucas Oil Speedway.
The top 10, 66 laps left in the 31st annual Show Me 100 of the Racing for Heroes Restart Zone. Dustin, here we go again.
Green flag's back out, and man, the Fast 49 is indeed fast on these restarts. Spencer Hughes, though, takes the second spot away from Ricky Thornton Jr. on the restart.
Now on the bottom, here comes Thornton, here comes Owens up top, McCready, Moran, Alberson down the straightaway, and Spencer Hughes will again clear Ricky Thornton Jr. He moves to second. He started back in eighth. Now, can anyone catch Davenport or Spencer Hughes pulling away from Ricky Thornton Jr. Dustin into turn three?
Ricky Thornton Jr. going to go back down to the inside of the racetrack in that battle for the second spot. Jimmy Owens right there as well. Behind them, a good battle also. Garrett Alberson in the 58, James, working his way up through the field. He fell back early. He started 10th, and now Garrett Alberson, the Roberts Racing 58, starting to pedal his way back up through the field. Boone Briggs is going to call it a night.
Hudson O'Neill up another spot, 20th to 9th in that Valvoline Rocket number 1 car. There you see him on the screen battling with Brandon Overton. So first and third in the points, and we got turned around, and Tyler, one of them, into turn one, and Dalton Wilson and Ross Robinson and the Gorsuch Performance Solution cautions back out again here at Wheatland with 37 scored.
It's really thin down here in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, there's a little bit more, but you're seeing some of these guys really bending these race cars on them. If they're hooking this cushion just wrong, it turns them sideways. Something to watch as this race wears on.
And there's a good look at that cushion around the racetrack, or maybe what's left of it. As you see, it's kind of pushed up the racetrack and in a few different places there as well. Yellow lights turned off, green flag going to wave. 37 laps are in the books in the 31st Show Me 100. Spencer Hughes, James, chooses the inside lane.
At the Racing Brewers restart zone, Davenport into one. Here comes Thornton through the middle. Hughes down low. McCready up top out of turn number 2. McCready a run on Jimmy Owens down the back straightaway. As we work lap 38, Jimmy Owens now on the bottom, slides right through the middle. Hughes is back to third now as Ricky Thornton Jr. has regained position number 2.
Ricky Thornton Jr. back to second. Hughes in third. Jimmy Owens trying to get some run on the bottom of the racetrack. Here comes Garrett Alberson looking to move into the top 5. Alberson in that Ken and Beth Roberts owned Black Diamond race car number 58 on the outside. Yes, he will take the 5th spot away from Jimmy Owens.
Very impressive down the back straightaway. Last year's O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Right now the deficit is 1.359 seconds for Jonathan Davenport over Thornton. At the line, it's 1.5 seconds down the back straightaway.
And there's a look at Hudson O'Neal, James. He started 20th, and with that move around Devin Moran, he has now worked his way up to 7th. He is the current Todd Steel Building's hard charger of the race, having gained 13 positions, this time by 41 laps scored, 59 to go.
1.6 seconds. Ricky Thornton Jr.'s got something going up top, Dustin. Eyeball tested. Chris Simpson is going to slow on the front straightaway, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is back out for the 6th time in the Show Me 100.
That is the second caution flag of the race for Chris Simpson, who had slowed on the racetrack. As there you see the driver out of Oxford, Iowa, going to make his way back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. 41 laps are scored, 59 laps remain here at Lucas Oil Speedway.
Be interesting how are they biding their time. They get to traffic. See what happens if this thing can stay green. Jonathan Davenport has not been passed all weekend long so far. Here comes the restart. Here comes Spencer Hughes and Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tim McCready.
Jonathan Davenport so good in these restarts. Ricky Thornton Jr., though, as we said, maybe found the line to his liking. Look at Tim McCready looking to the outside of Spencer Hughes now in a battle for the Big River Steel podium.
You think this top is cleaning up some as they come down the straightaway around Garrett Alberson. Alberson was 5th. He's back to 6th. The lead is back to 1.2 seconds. Takes a little bit as Moran works the outside as Alberson loses another spot. Meanwhile, Hudson O'Neal has dropped back to 8th. Moran Hean going back and forth back there as you see them behind Jimmy Owens. 43 scored for 49.
Ooh,
Jonathan Davenport.
And that is, as Bennett mentioned, that can be a tricky cushion to try to tiptoe around. And I think we are not far away from seeing guys get off of that cushion and start to work their way back down to the bottom. Track. Your race leader, Jonathan Davenport, just jumped it. He's coming off turn number 2. Yes, he did.
And that's going to allow Thornton to close in. It was 1.4 seconds the last time around. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions is out. And Ross Robinson coming out at turn number 4.
So Ross Robinson with heavy damage on the number 7, and that will put us under the Gorsuch Performance caution flag. Again, 44 laps in the books, and a lot of damage on the 7 of Ross Robinson, and indication there's Larry Ferris also involved in the accident. Word from Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series officials, James, is that both drivers are okay. Our 7th caution flag of the night here at Lucas Oil Speedway occurs for an incident off turn number 4 as the defending track champion Larry Ferris and the 51 and the 7R Georgetown, Delaware's Ross Robinson involved in the 7th caution flag of the race with 44 laps scored. James, 56 laps remaining here in the Show Me 100.
Well, not how he wanted to end in his first Show Me 100. He made the show here on Thursday night. Let's see what happened here on the Jonathan Davenport on the restart.
Yes, I think we're going to see. We talked about Jonathan Davenport jumping second at the time. Here's a look at what happened to JD. Right there, it's almost like he set the car up a little bit late, and that caused him to push up the racetrack. You saw the left front tire turned dead to the left, and that's what allowed Ricky Thornton Jr. to close back in on him. And we have to weigh 22.50. Normally, you weigh 23.50 with a pound per lap burn off. We'll have to weigh 22.50 at the end of the race. Yellow lights turned off. Green flag going to wave this time in the Racing for Heroes start zone. Jonathan Davenport, Ricky Thornton Jr., Spencer Hughes, your top 3.
Some of them may have 100 pounds of mud on there at the end of the night as we go to turn 1. Davenport. Whoa, Davenport missed the corner. And he fires right through the middle of it. He missed the corner in turn number 1. And Ricky Thornton Jr. on the bottom, out at turn number 4. They come at the line. Davenport's got the lead back. Wow.
Ricky Thornton Jr. second, Spencer Hughes in third. Thornton momentarily capitalized on the misstep by Jonathan Davenport. Davenport, though, able to power back ahead. There's Tim McCready in fourth. Devin Moran now rounds out the top 5. Oh, man. Tim McCready got a little sideways right there. That might allow Devin Moran to get a run instead. Here comes Jimmy Owens. Owens down the inside. He tries to get 2 for the price of 1. Can't get it done, though.
That turn 2's a little gnarly up there. Here comes Owens back on the bottom. JD continues to lead. Ricky Thornton Jr. runs in second. 1.1 second exactly behind him. And Spencer uses third battle there. O'Neal slides up the track right in front of Jimmy Owens. And Jimmy Owens is off the pace. And Jimmy Owens off the pace at car number 20. Coming out of turn number 2, running in the 6th spot, looking for his 7th straight top 10 in the series.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly how Hudson came up there. And, so
the car is not under power, so I'm not sure if maybe somehow kill switch got hit or whatever, but he's asking for a push there. He's motioning Jeremy Shields over. The car definitely not under power as he rolls to a stop.
That's what.
And they are looking at the they're looking at the kill switch, guys.
That's what it was.
Wow.
They've got a kill switch mounted on the back of the behind the seat.
What a tough break for Jimmy Owens right
Probably
there.
a piece of mud or something knocked it off. So right now, he was running in 6th. He'll have to go to the back because he was the Gorsuch Performance caution. So Davenport, he missed turn 1.
Yeah, he
went in there. Jimmy Owens is going to go back to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. And we'll see if we have a replay of that last restart. But
on this restart, there they fire off in turn 3 and 4. And just keep your eyes on the leader, 49, Jonathan Davenport right here. Got a little bit above that cushion. Thornton was able to get by momentarily, and JD crossed him back over to reclaim the lead.
He went right through him, knife and butter right there, but he still has the lead. 47 officially in the books. Thornton, Hughes, McCready, Moran now 5th.
Please stay green. 8 cautions in the first 47 laps of this race. Just got a hankering, man. If we are able to stay green, we're going to have ourselves a really good Show Me 100 here in Wheatland, Missouri. As they fire off in the Racing for Heroes restart zone, and we're back underway.
Davenport into 1. We'll see what now. He goes a little bit lower, still drifts up the track. Ricky Thornton Jr. there out of turn number 2. Hughes down the back straightaway. Here comes McCready. He'll slide to the bottom of the 11 of Spencer Hughes. They go side by side. And here comes Brandon Overton starting to show his strength in 76, the Muscle Factory car into turn number 1 alongside Hudson O'Neal.
And Brandon Overton getting a little bit of a run there on the bottom. Look at Fergie. Chris Ferguson in the 22 working his way up through the field. He started back in 16th. Defending race winner. Trying to, in trouble coming off turn number 2. Jeff Herzog is spun around. He's down in the infield and keeps it going. And the Gorsuch Performance caution flag is out. Jeff Herzog spun coming off turn number 2, was down in the infield, way back out on the racetrack as well from the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. He'll rejoin the field at the tail. There's a look at the Kohler Motorsports number 20. So again, 49 laps scored, 51 laps to go. They'll go green this time by. Next time, we'll be halfway.
Mike Striegel waving the green flag back out the Racing Heroes restart zone. Here comes Davenport. Out at turn number 2. A little sketchy there the last 3 times up top. Here comes Hughes. Here comes Devin Moran. Out at turn 4. Devin Moran to the outside of McCready. Here comes Brandon Overton on the top of 39. Tim McCready. 76 in the 1. Davenport still leads down the back straightaway. Boy, McCready way down low coming out of turn 2 on the bottom, Dustin.
Where he likes to run. When he finds something down there at 39, can be good. And now he drifts up a little bit down in turns 3 and 4. Hudson O'Neal trying to work by and move into the 6th position.
Whoa, and Hudson O'Neal got a little sideways there. At turn 2 up there as they battle through the field. And they come off of turn 4. It's still Davenport. Ricky Thornton Jr. has cut it to 0.6 of a second. Here they come, the battle at turn number 2.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr. went low that time down in turns 1 and 2 and lost a little bit of ground. RTJ is really good up top. The issue is, so is Jonathan Davenport, and Davenport got the right rear up over the cushion down in turns 3 and 4. That opens up the door for RTJ. He throws a slide job on him in 1 and 2. He clears Davenport. Davenport crosses him back over.
For the first time this weekend, Jonathan Davenport at the line is where it counts out of 4. Davenport can't get through 4 at the line. It's still Davenport leads. 54 in the books, Thornton to throw the slider. Davenport the crossover. Down the back straightaway. They are going at it. Devin Moran, meanwhile, is back to fourth.
Another slider by RTJ.
Around Davenport. No, Davenport maintains the lead. And meanwhile, Spencer Hughes is catching both of them into turn number 1.
Spence on the move. We're about to have a 3-car battle for the race lead. Jonathan Davenport going to get up on the wheels. Say, man, I've had enough of this. So I don't want to trade sliders with Ricky Thornton Jr. anymore. So he's able to hit his marks in turn 4 correctly the last 2 laps, and he's able to stretch back out now to 0.8 of a second over RTJ and Spencer Hughes.
Ricky Thornton Jr., the hard charger of the last 2 nights. These two started on the front row. Out of turn 4 in Davenport. He has got a bucking bronco, let's say, right?
Yes,
the Dirty Dollar Farms.
He's staying
the Dirty Dollar Ranch.
He's staying on longer than 8 seconds as well.
Like Rachel on the bull.
He's been
Look out, and he almost got to the wall at the line. At the line. We do have a new leader. It's Ricky Thornton Jr.
By 2 1,000ths of a second that time.
Holy cow.
RTJ out front. Chris Simpson slow in the back straightaway. He's going to make the turn into the infield. We stay green, and we still have Ricky Thornton Jr. out front. James, lap 59.
So he took the lead, lap on 57. Meanwhile, Spencer Hughes is still third. Brandon Overton is fourth. Moran fifth. McCready, O'Neill, Erb. Tyler Erb from the tail after pitting is eighth. McCown ninth. Chad Simpson is 10th.
I told you, man. I told you if we could stay green.
I know.
I mean, they've got this track in really good shape. If we just stay green, we knew we were going to have a good race, and that's what we've got. Ricky Thornton Jr. has now got the back of the field to deal with, and, man, he has got heavy lap traffic in front of him.
Into turn number 1. Now Thornton to the bottom of Earl Pearson Jr. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Meanwhile, Davenport, a good run out of 2 into turn number 3. Hughes is still third. Brandon Overton. You know how he is late in the race as they come out of turn 4. Look out. Man, Thornton in the one.
Yeah, and behind him, the 49 of Davenport almost made contact with his friend Earl Pearson Jr. as well. Both of them were able to get through, and it's still RTJ, Davenport, Spencer Hughes, your top 3.
Ricky Thornton Jr., the Todd and Vicky Burns SSI Motorsports car. Into turn 1. There you see Davenport now as they clear the 111 of Max Blair. Into turn number 3. Now behind the 20, a 4-time Show Me 100 winner, Jimmy Owens. Meanwhile, Spencer Hughes and Brandon Overton have lost ground to the top 2. There they are. They've got to battle through the treacherous turn 4. Up top in the 1. Here comes Overton. Brandon Overton on the bottom. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Pearson and Herzog a lap down as they go into turn 3 side by side with 65 laps complete.
Meanwhile, back up at the front of the field, Jonathan Davenport trying to reel back in your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. No lap cars between the 2 leaders at this point in time, and Davenport starting to close back in on the 20 RT. We double it up for you at home. Leader on the left. Battle Cam on the right.
Right now it's a 2-horse battle out of turn number 2. Thornton clear track in front of him. Davenport will work to the outside of Brooding. Setting it up here. Lap 67. And the Gorsuch Performance caution is out. Turn 2 for Hudson O'Neill.
Hudson
O'Neill was running 8th, Dustin.
Yep, he had worked his way from 20th up to 8th, but the driver out of Martinsville, Indiana, has slowed on the speedway, and something has broke underneath the hood of the Rocket 1. 66 laps are scored, 34 laps remain in the 31st running of the Show Me 100.
He's going to go all out.
Yes, he is.
No doubt.
Yes, he is. I tell you what, you'd handpick about any of these 18 drivers left on the speedway, and they're going to go all out for $50,000 in the first dirt late model crown jewel of the season here in Wheatland, Missouri, the Show Me 100.
Right now, we still out of the race, right? He is not going to come back out.
21 still in there. 20 still on the racetrack then.
All right, 34 to go, Dustin. The Racing Freeways restart zone. Ricky Thornton Jr. with the lead, looking for his first Show Me 100 victory. Here we go.
Spencer Hughes going to get a good run on the inside of Jonathan Davenport. Does he take the second spot away? Momentarily. Davenport, though, going to cross him over down the back straightaway. 49 back up into position number 2. Hughes slides back to third. Ricky Thornton Jr. able to stretch out a couple car lengths. Look at Tyler Erb. Turbo clears Devin Moran for a second. And Moran gets him back.
3 wide there momentarily. And Tyler Erb. Right now, Thornton still leads 1.1 seconds. As at the line, Davenport still second. Spencer Hughes third, and a Hornet's Nest behind them. And there they are battling it out. McCready and Erb side by side. And behind them, side by side, Chad Simpson. And how about on the bottom, is that Dylan McCowan?
Yes, it is. Dylan McCowan, he's hung out in the top 10 the entire race, trying to bring home a top 10 here in this year's Show Me 100. RTJ out front, Jonathan Davenport second, Spencer Hughes third, Brandon Overton fourth, Devin Moran fifth. Those top 5 cars separating themselves just a little bit. We're looking back here at that 6th, 7th, and 8th on your screen. McCready is 6th, Tyler Earp 7th, Chad Simpson is 8th, Dylan McCowan is 9th. And looks like now Dalton Wilson has worked his way from the tail of the field back up to the 10th position.
Another thing, Devin Moran trying to get in that top 4. He comes in tonight 5th in the points. He leads McCready, who's 4th in the points. Oh, Chad Simpson, look out. Oh, man.
This car pushed a little bit right there coming off the corner.
Pushed way up there. Meanwhile, Ricky Thornton Jr. is on a rail. He swept Iowa last weekend, trying to sweep tonight the Show Me 100 after Davenport has won the last 2 nights. And Tyler Erb giving it all he has right now, running in the 7th spot. Hughes is still third. It's 2.7 seconds.
Devin Moran,
RTJ.
Devin Moran just slipped high down in turns 1 and 2 there, James. We saw on the right-hand side of the screen, and that cost him a little bit of ground in that battle for 5th and allowed both Tim McCready and Tyler Erb to close back in.
Now they pick up the tail end of the field. Jeff Herzog back there. Boy, Thornton, turn 4 up there is tough as they go into 1. Now Thornton pushes up the truck. Man, he almost went over that shelf over there in turn number 2, but he's got a good lead right now, still 2.7 seconds for the 20 RT.
I mean, he's just throwing caution to the wind, man.
This is Darlene, right?
This is Darlene. T. Graham Brown's got to be proud of him naming that car Darlene, as he is out front by 2.7 seconds over Jonathan Davenport. So there's Thornton, your leader. Scroll back now to your second place car. 2.7 seconds back is Jonathan Davenport and the Lance Landers Racing 49. Spencer Hughes behind him in third. Hughes has got the proverbial rearview mirror full of the 76 of Brandon Overton. Overton going to try to drive by him. He'll take the 3rd spot away momentarily. Shuffle Hughes back to position number 4. Those 2 drivers battling for 3rd. James right now rounding out the top 5 is the 99 of Devin Moran.
But don't look now, Dustin. Your leader in heavy traffic in turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Wow. As they go into turn 3, here comes Davenport. Thornton trying to thread the needle around Pearson and Blair behind the 20 of Jimmy Owens. 78 laps complete, 22 to go. Oh, Davenport's not done yet. Thornton will drift up the track. He'll lose ground. Here comes Davenport down the back straightaway. Last time around, Dustin, it was 1.495 seconds. Thornton's got to be careful trying to get around Owens. And here comes JD.
Yeah, JD closing in a hurry. It was 2.7 seconds just a couple laps ago. Now it is 0.6 of a second as Ricky Thornton Jr. Wow, a bolt move there to clear Daniel Hilstebeck in the 22. James, this time by 20 laps to go. Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to hang on.
One little misstep as they go into Davenport down on the bottom. He'll slide up in front of Hilsebeck. Now no lap cars between 1st and 2nd. Overton, though, trying to reel him in. He's 3.5 behind Thornton. Hughes 4th, Moran 5th. At the line, 19 to go for 20 RT.
19 laps to go. Oh, Dalton Wilson hard into the wall coming off turn number 4. He's going to gather it back up, and for the time being, we stay green, but heavy damage to the right rear of the James Ratliff Racing 18D.
Who needs a spoiler, right? How did he hang on to that?
We'll keep our eyes on that. Make sure he doesn't shed any debris as well or cut down a right rear tire.
Yeah, Albertson going at it. Good thing we got a couple of days off here as they go out of turn number 2. Thornton still leads 18 to go. For 20 RT, slides in turn number 2 down the back straightaway.
In that last lap, James, your second place car, Jonathan Davenport, he had a tough time getting by lap traffic. Davenport now 3.3 seconds behind your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr. We look back on the battle for fourth. That's Spencer Hughes in the 11. Maybe his future brother-in-law. That's Devin Moran in the 99 and Tyler Earp closing in on him.
You got to make sure you don't cancel Thanksgiving right there, do you? As they go into turn 3, Hughes and Moran. Tyler Earp is 6th, McCready, McCowan 8th, Chad Simpson 9th, Albertson is 10th. 14 laps will remain when Ricky Thornton Jr. crosses the start-finish line.
Man.
The lead is over almost 5 seconds.
Unbelievable. A clinic being put on here in the Show Me 100 by Ricky Thornton Jr. He's finished in the top 10 3 straight years in this race. He was runner-up last year, trying to better himself by 1 spot this year. And James, don't look now. Brandon Overton has closed in on your second-place car, Jonathan Davenport.
Here comes Overton. Davenport right there, and here comes Brandon Overton to go to the inside. He'll slide it up the track. No. Out at 2. Davenport still has the spot. Is it 6 seconds?
It is 6.2
6.2
seconds. That is unbelievable.
This is Larson-like.
It is unbelievable. Ricky Thornton Jr.
He's got a clear racetrack.
I mean, he has absolutely brought the whooping stick out on the field in this one, man. With 12 laps to go, RTJ finally maybe going to get himself some redemption and get a $50,000 payday, but there's still 10 or 11 laps to go.
Whoa, Tyler, hang on, hit the wall at turn 4. He'll keep his foot in and McCowan around him. We'll have 10 to go coming up. Who needs a quarter panel and a spoiler? They are going at it out at 2. Simpson and Albertson behind them.
I could have sworn I saw a giant chunk of mud whenever he hit the wall land right in front of the driver's seat, up just what would be above the gauges and MSD box there on the one of Tyler Earp as well. Meanwhile, that's the battle for 6th. Look at Dylan McCowan trying to take 6th away from Timmy McCready.
The 19-year-old out of turn number 4 down the main straightaway. Thornton still dealing with the tail end of the field. Has got to be careful. He has thrown slider after slider, and even in lap traffic. Here's the battle for 2nd, and Brandon Overton is going to go to 2nd spot. And Jonathan Davenport has lost some speed into turn 1. As he's working the bottom, does he have an issue, Dustin? And Jonathan Davenport slows coming out of turn number 2, picks it back up. Maybe something amiss, yes, on the 49 car.
Yeah, I think something is definitely amiss on that car as the laps tick away here. The driver that led the first 57 laps of this race is certainly not up to snuff. Meanwhile, your race leader, Ricky Thornton Jr., kind of slowed just a little bit. I don't want to say that he's riding by any stretch of the imagination, but he knows with his crew guys that he's got a huge lead out here, James. He's just trying to bide his time and hang on for 6 more laps and grab a Show Me 100 win.
Brandon Overton's hoping for a caution. 5.8 behind. Davenport still 3rd. Moran 4th. Hughes 5th. McCready, McCowan, and Devin Moran may have a problem. No.
Looked like he got a little too high down in turns 1 and 2.
You wonder about tire wear. They are going at it here. 4th place for Moran. And right now, Ricky Thornton Jr. 5 laps away from victory.
5 laps to go for RTJ. Make it 4 laps to go. This time at the stripe, and that will bring out a Gorsuch Performance caution as Chad Simpson, your current Lucas Oil MLRA points leader, pounds the wall coming off the corner. And the yellow is out, James, with less than 5 laps to go in the Show Me 100. Oh my. Howdy may have dropped a cylinder, something amiss on the 49 in 3rd. Devin Moran 4th, and Spencer Hughes rounds out the top 5. 4 to go.
Well, the break that Overton may have needed as they come out of turn 4. You got to watch out. Thornton's going to drift way up high. Here comes Overton. Here comes Davenport. We'll see if Davenport is back to full song. And Brandon Overton drove it in there too hot into turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Moran in 99. Moran on the outside. And JD's not the same.
Moran's going to
take it. Going down. Brandon Overton and over the wall hard at turn 4. And that will bring out a Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution. I don't think we got it all in. It's the leader plus 3. We go back to lap 96.
Yeah.
And, oh, man. See, Moran's had a pretty fast car. Does he have a shot here if he can get around Davenport?
At this point in this race, man,
I don't know what's
we've
gonna
had
happen.
so many plot twists. Agreed. Don't go anywhere. 4 laps remaining in the 31st Show Me 100. Ricky Thornton Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Devin Moran, your top 3.
Davenport has to go back down to the bottom. Moran's going to have to go to the top side now. That hurt his momentum a little bit. They go into 1. Moran, he's going to go around Davenport out of turn number 2. Davenport's just hanging on.
The 49's hill.
Moran goes to 2nd. Hughes will go to 3rd. Here comes McCready. Ricky Thornton Jr. bouncing through there. He almost got in the wall. Coming out of 4. He left our side of vision. Holy cow, 3 to go.
Devin Moran now up to 2nd, and Tim McCready trying to take 3rd away from Spencer Hughes. This all happens, though, behind your race leader, and I think the 49 might be done. Jonathan Davenport slowing. He's going to make the hard left-hand turn in the infield. No, he is not. He stays on the racetrack, and that's going to bring out another Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution flag.
Guys, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I'm not so sure the 49's not out of gas. He was going down the front straightaway. He pulled down low and was shaking the car back and forth. Either that or he was losing power of some sorts, but he was shaking the car back and forth like he was trying to pick up fuel.
Wow. Add that to the plot twist, right?
And it could be a battery, you know, but it was just interesting watching him do that, go down the front straightaway.
Well, Dylan McCowan will now be up to 5th. Ferguson 6th. Herb 7th. Moran, there's still 2 laps to go. Appeared from our side that last time around. But what do you do if you're Devin Moran? You're looking for the biggest win of your career. Are you going to throw it in there? 2 laps to go. The green, the white, and the checkered for $50,000. Here we go.
Ricky Thornton Jr. leads him back to the green, and that Racing for Heroes restart zone. Moran maybe gets a little high down to 1 and 2. So does Thornton. Moran's got to run down the back straightaway. Here comes Devin Moran.
White flag. Can they keep it out of the wall? Thornton has a little bit of a trouble. Can Moran get close enough? 1 lap to go to throw the slider on the final lap of the Show Me 100.
Ricky Thornton Jr. trying to keep the 20 RT underneath of him. Moran might try one last-ditch effort down the back straightaway. No, he won't be close enough. Checkered flag in the air. The winner of the 31st annual Show Me 100 is going to be Ricky Thornton Jr. Devin Moran finishes 2nd. Tim McCready 3rd. Spencer Hughes 4th. And Chris Ferguson will round out the top 5. Dylan McCowan 6th, Tyler Erb 7th, Garrett Alberson 8th, unofficially Dalton Wilson 9th, and Ricky Weiss will round out your top 10.
Wow. He just was not close enough. You know he was going to do it. You know Devin was going to let it go, but that's big for him. Not only 2nd place, that's $20,000 for 2nd, by the way. And in this points, he come in 5th, remember, trying to get into that top 4 at the end of the season. So that's going to help him out in that Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports car. There was no lack of entertainment on that turn 4.
One thing we can say is that never did we know who was going to win this race, even on that caution with 2 laps to go, man. We had no idea that 20 RT was going to hang on for 2 more laps. So he's been one of the fastest cars here all weekend. He passed more cars than anybody on Thursday. He passed more cars than anybody on Friday.
Yep.
He didn't have to pass more cars than anybody tonight. He started in the outside front row. But the win certainly did not come easy, as Jonathan Davenport would go in and lead the first 57 laps of this one. Ricky Thornton Jr. would take the lead officially on lap number 58, and he led the final 42 laps. But again, it didn't come easy, James.
He's going to need that fuel burn-off. I think most of everybody that finished there
yes,
in that race, unofficially Moran 2nd, McCready 3rd, Hughes 4th, Ferguson 5th. Tip of the cap to Dylan McCowan. He scored all 100 laps here tonight for the rookie in his first Show Me 100.
So it's Ricky Thornton Jr. getting the win in the 31st annual Show Me 100. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the 31st running of the Show Me 100, where Ricky Thornton Jr., the first driver to cross the stripe, James. He's made his way into the tech building to make sure that he passes post-race tech, and then we'll see him back out on the front straightaway as long as all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
16th different driver to win the Show Me 100, and you know what? That keeps our streak alive. The last 9 Show Me 100s, 9 different winners.
Yeah, absolutely. First time he has won this race. Was second here a year ago. He's actually finished in the top 10 3 straight years of this event, and finally gets it in victory lane here this evening.
So the top 4 finishers had never won this race. Ferguson was the first winner to have done it in 5th right now. That is in the top 10, by the way. Jonathan Davenport officially scored in 11th with 98 laps complete. So Thornton, Moran, McCready, Hughes, Ferguson, then McCowan, Erb, Alberson, all 100 laps scored. Then Dalton Wilson, 99 laps, and Ricky Weiss, 10th with 99.
James, unofficially, Jeff Herzog was the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race. He gained 12 positions, starting 28th and finishing 16th. Chris Ferguson, unofficially gaining 11 spots. He started 16th and finished 5th. And Dalton Wilson, again, this is all unofficial, started 19th and finished 9th rather. He gained 10 spots.
So still waiting on Ricky Thornton Jr. in the Lucas Oil Speedway Tech Building. Spencer Hughes has made his way out on the front stretch along with Chris Ferguson.
So again, your 4th place finisher, Spencer Hughes, made his way back out on the front straightaway. 5th place, Chris Ferguson, has made his way back out on the speedway as well. Ricky Thornton Jr. going through the last little bit of tech.
See Devin Moran in the building. Tim McCready as well.
There's Devin Moran, you see, making his way out of the tech building. He'll be making his way back out on the speedway, your 2nd place finisher. Tim McCready just went in the tech building there as well. Well, James Essex, we just got word from series officials. We have capped off a wild night with a wild ending here. Ricky Thornton Jr. does not pass the droop check at the end of the race. The winner will be Devin Moran. The driver out of Dresden, Ohio, with a Double Down Motorsports number 99, pulling into victory lane, declared the winner of the 31st running of the Show Me 100.